Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am looking a little bit jazzy. This makeup look was inspired by Chicago the musical. So if you are looking for a 1920s Chicago inspired makeup look, then look no further. You've come to the right place. I'm going to show you exactly how to get this look. Perfect for a Halloween party, a theme party, or if you just want to look like a badass. So let's get right into it. Okay, so starting off with a fresh face and some beautiful pin curls, we're going to start with the brows first. So I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. This is like a brow wax or a brow glue. I'm trying to recreate the very, very thin, drawn on 1920s eyebrow without having to actually like glue down my eyebrows, block them out, redraw them on. So this is kind of a little bit of a cheat for that. So I'm just taking this spoolie and brushing my hairs down and over, just trying to kind of glue them down together and make them look a lot smaller. I'm going to go in with the NARS Soft Matte Concealer, and I'm going to put the concealer on top of any remaining brow hairs that kind of go out of the place of this thin line I'm trying to create. So instead of blocking out all the brows, I'm just trying to block out some of the small stray hairs. This part you don't have to do. I just like to go with the look of the 20s and have my eyebrows look as thin as possible. Then I'm also going to carve out the bottom. Again, optional, but I just find I like the look of the thin brow when I'm trying to go for a look like this. Now I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow and a really thin eyebrow brush. I'm just going to really carve this out and make it look like it's just one solid thin line. So I'm using little strokes and I'm just really brushing that over. I think if I was going to be in Chicago, I would like to be Roxy. I mean, I can't. She's kind of the lamest character, but I think I would still like to be Roxy. And here I am again, still just carving out my brows, just trying to fill them in so that they don't look like they have spots in them. But again, trying to keep them looking really, really thin. And here I'm just putting out that wing a little bit longer of the end of my eyebrow. Now I'm going to set that with some Laura Mercier powder. I find it so funny in Chicago, they always just have like rotating celebrities come in, like Erica Jane, Pamela Anderson was just in it. Back to makeup. This is the P. Louise makeup base, and this is the shade 01. This is an eyeshadow primer or a base. I'm just putting this to lock in those eyeshadows and make the colors really pop. And this is a really great product. I actually just started using this and I really, really like it. Now going in with the Laura Mercier Caviar Eye Stick in Khaki. This is a beautiful cream eyeshadow. The 20s was all about that dark, dark, smoky eye. And especially in Chicago, all the women on stage just seem to be wearing this beautiful like black smoky eye. So I'm just going to be going for more of a brown smoky eye because it just fits my skin tone a little bit better. So I'm just blending that cream eyeshadow out with this fluffy brush. It doesn't have to be precise. The name of the game with smoky eyes is that you got to trust the process. Be patient, don't worry, it all comes together in the end. So just blending that out until we're finally good with it. And like I said, you can do this with black, you can do this with blue, you can do this with a dark brown, any kind of cream base just makes it a lot easier to do a smoky eye. It's kind of like a little hack. Then I'm taking a matte white eyeshadow. I just like to use this to lift the brow because I am so fair. That's why I use a stark white. So you can use a lighter cream shade if you want, but I just like to blend this into my brow bone because it just helps with all the colors blend together seamlessly. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills Birkin. This is a beautiful soft brown color. I'm just going to brush that into my crease with a big fluffy brush, back and forth motions. In the 20s, they definitely wouldn't have had all these steps. They probably would have just used like kohl, like actual kohl, and smudge it on their eyes or have pure pigments. Now going in with Makeup Geek Beaches and Cream, I'm just going to blend that in from the white shade into what we just put on our crease. This kind of just blends all the edges and makes a seamless ombre effect. Now going in with MAC Mystery, I'm just taking a really fluffy brush and I'm blending that directly into my crease with such a light hand, like I'm hardly putting any pressure on my eye, and just doing windshield wiper motions back and forth until that is nice and blended. Now I'm going in with MAC Smut. I love this eyeshadow and I really hope it's not discontinued. This is just a very dark shimmery brown. Again, you can use black. I just personally like brown better and I just think it goes nicer with my skin tone, and this is how I would wear it if I was on stage. I would just feel more comfortable in brown. So I'm blending this onto my lid with this fluffy brush. I'm packing it and kind of blending it a little bit as I go. And I'm just going to work in steps here. So now I'm taking the brush we used for the previous color without any additional product. And I'm using this to blend. So this is what you want to do with smoky eyes. Just kind of pack it on, blend it out, pack on some more, work in small layers, and it looks more seamless in the end. And then what are your thoughts about movie musicals versus stage musicals? Like Chicago, do you like the stage version better, or are you a movie person? Do you like the movie version better? So now I'm going in with a black eyeliner. This one's by Sephora and it's very, very creamy. And I'm just smudging this into my lashes. You don't have to be precise, just really smudge it in there. Maybe, you're in prison for killing your ex-husband, you don't have time. I'm just kidding. Smudge it in, and we're going to add to it in a second here. So I'm taking a flat shader brush, and I'm just going to smudge that out. Again, we're going for the smoky eye. We don't want a wing, nothing like that. So just kind of smoke it out in small little strokes. Again, it still doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to blend it out now. So taking that brush that we put MAC Smut on with, and we're just going to kind of blend out the edges. You can see I'm using little circular motions at the edge of my eye. This just blends it in and makes it look seamless. Now I'm taking an angled fluffy brush and putting just a matte black eyeshadow, and I'm just pressing that into the liner. Again, what this does is just makes that black just blend seamlessly into that shimmery brown color. And then it just looks effortless and it looks sexy because there's no harsh lines. And I think that is just such a beautiful look, and they nail it in Chicago. So now I'm just taking a makeup wipe and wiping that all away. And this is why I like to do my eyes first, because if there's any fallout, you just wipe it away. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is a great primer. It makes your makeup last all day. It's from the drugstore. It's really, really, really a good one. You gotta get it. So yes, now we're just gonna start with a flawless base. So I'm going in with the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation, and I'm putting this on with a BK Beauty brush, and then I'm gonna blend it out with my Real Techniques sponge. We're just going for a very matte, flawless base here because, again, if you're on stage or if you're in the 20s, you have to look perfect. Now I'm just going to cover up all my pimples because, yep, I'm having a horrible skin day, but we do what we can. We move forward. We have other things to worry about, right? We got to sing. We got to dance. We got to get out of jail. And this is NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I'm putting this under my eyes. I love this concealer as well. It is just so creamy, and it lasts all day. It won't crease if you set it right. And I just go back to it time and time again. It's a perfect concealer. And I'm going to blend that out with my Real Techniques sponge. I just didn't put that clip in. I couldn't find it. Now we've got the Huda Beauty setting powder. This is in the shade Cupcake. And I'm just taking a fluffy brush, and I'm only setting where I put concealer under my eyes and a little bit around my nose and my chin. I don't want to set the whole face yet because we're still going in with cream products, but I just want the concealer to set and not run anywhere. This is the Fenty Beauty Match Sticks in the shade Amber. This is a beautiful contour shade. If you're fair, it's just perfect undertone. And here I'm trying to blend it out with a beauty blender, but I didn't like how it worked. So, I'm not perfect. I changed my mind and I used a brush, because that's probably what Roxy Hart would do. So yes, I just want to look snatched. I want to have those cheekbones. I want it to be sexy and sultry. I just feel like this is the vibe of Chicago, right? These women are badass women, and they're just getting shit done and looking good doing it. So now I'm going in with the Merit Flush Bomb in the shade Fox. I just thought red. I don't know. When I think Chicago, I think black and I think red. And I just felt like this kind of reddy terracotta blush will just look so natural and flushed. I just really, really love this shade of blush. And I'm also going to put that on my forehead and on my nose. This just helps to kind of give your makeup a really seamless look and a more natural look. Now I'm going to spray my face with the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray just to set all those creams down. And I'm going to fan myself off because I'm pretending I'm getting ready for my Broadway debut. Don't we all? Then we're kind of going to reverse all these steps on our lower lash line. So we're going to take the Laura Mercier Khaki and just put that directly on the lower lash line. And then I'm just going to buff that out. We really want a smoky lower lash line. This gives that sultry, dramatic look that we're really going for. So this was Anastasia Beverly Hills Birkin, blending that out. Just, again, keeping it low on the lash line. Don't be afraid. This is where it gets sexy and sets it apart. Going back with MAC Smut and a smaller brush, but I think I decided I changed brushes. Yep, right there. So then I just go back with that fluffy brush because I want to be messy with it. I want it to look smudgy and smoky. So I really just blend that out, make it look really blown out and seamless. This is the Makeup by Mario eyeliner in the Perfect Brown, and it really is gorgeous. I'm just putting this in my lower waterline. You can use black as well. I just, again, with my skin tone, I just like brown better. And I'm going to tight line with this. This will make sure there's no kind of little gaps in your lashes that show through that should be black from the liner. Curl your eyelashes. We always look so glamorous doing this, don't we? I'm going to add a little bit of bronzer. They wouldn't have bronzed in the 20s, but I just kind of felt I needed to blend things in a little bit. So I'm just putting such, oh, something got in my face. I'm using such a light hand and really just blending in tiny little spots just to blend the contour and the blush together. Now I'm going to bake. This is the same powder, and I'm taking the Beauty Blender Powder Puff. I'm pressing that powder into the puff on the back of my hand, and then I'm using little pressing motions to press that underneath my eyes and around my nose. This just makes your skin look flawless, airbrushed, and snatched. And again, we're going for that matte skin, doll-like, almost like porcelain skin. I'm going to cut out my cheekbones a little bit here. So again, just taking that powder and really just dragging it underneath so there's more of a clear line, therefore more definition in your cheekbones. And this is what we're going for. And this is my favorite blush of all time. This is the Burberry Earthy blush. It's just a very, again, neutral terracotta blush. So I'm just kind of adding to what we already have to make sure it lasts all day. We have things to do here, so our makeup can't be moving. This is the Dior Backstage highlighter. They wouldn't have had highlighter in the 20s, but I just need to add a little bit. So I'm mixing the white and the gold together just to add a little pop. And again, underneath those stage lights or the movie set lights, you just need a little something. You need a little sparkle. Again, on the forehead too. And don't be afraid and put a little on your nose. I am going to put these major lashes on. These are the Ardell 3D Faux Mink lashes. Look at these. These are fluffy. These are huge. You can see them from the back row of the theater. I love them. Onto the lips. This is MAC Burgundy lip liner, and I'm just going to line my lips. I'm accentuating my Cupid's bow. I'm not quite doing the actual historical lip from the 20s. This is just how I would do it. Again, just accentuating the Cupid's bow and making them look really full. And I'm just going to fill them in as normal because, again, we're dancing, we're singing, we're, filling people's drinks with arsenic. We have to have lipstick that lasts. So just fill in your lips entirely. This is another favorite of mine. This is the NARS Audacious Lipstick in Bet or Betty, I'm not sure, but it is just this beautiful dark blood red. It is just so perfect. In the 20s, you could do a dark red. You could also do a dark purple. I was just feeling the red here, and I'm kind of fixing that up with my lip liner. And now we're ready for the show to begin, darling. And this is the final makeup look. I really hope you guys like this video. Let me know in the comments which musicals or which decades or genres you would like to see me do next. Bye!